Now in this video we're going to answer the following question. Express the following as partial fractions. So we've been given an expression 6x squared plus 7x minus 3 all divided by x cubed minus x. So the first thing we're going to do is factorize the denominator. So the first step there is to remove an x from our x cubed minus x expression. That leaves us with x multiplied by x squared minus 1. And now we can further factorize x squared minus 1 into two separate brackets. So now our denominator is x multiplied by x plus 1 in brackets, multiplied by x minus 1 in brackets. Now, the next step is to introduce three new variables, a, b, and c, and use those to separate our denominator into three separate fractions. Now, this is an equivalent sign. So we're saying that the expression that follows it is equivalent to the expression that came before it. Now we have a over x plus b over x plus 1 plus c over x minus 1. Now the next step is to find a common denominator, and we're going to do that by multiplying a by the denominators of b and c, b by the denominators of a and c by the denominator of a and b. So now we've got a much longer expression on the top of our fraction, but the denominator is identical to the one that we had after we completed our factorization. Now the next step is to equate both of those expressions, simplify, and go on to the next step. Now, where we have denominators that are equal, we can equate the numerators. So that gives us 6x squared plus 7x minus 3 equal to a multiplied by x plus 1 multiplied by x minus 1 plus b x minus 1 plus c x multiplied by x plus 1. Now, the final step is to find the value of our three variables a, b, and c. And we do that by substituting in values of x that eliminate two of those variables, leaving us with the one that we're trying to find. So we're going to begin by substituting x equals 1. Now, on the left-hand side of this equation, that gives us 6 multiplied by 1 squared plus 7 multiplied by 1 minus 3. And on the right-hand side, if x is 1, wherever there is an x minus 1 term, that part of the expression will be equal to 0. So the only part that won't be 0 is the part involving the variable c. So that gives us c multiplied by 1 multiplied by 1 plus 1, which is 2. So all we've done there is substitute x equals 1 into the equation. Now let's tidy it up. 6 multiplied by 1 squared is 6, plus 7 multiplied by 1 is 7 minus 3, and 2 multiplied by 1 is 2, so over here we've got 2c. And 6 plus 7 minus 3 is 10, so 10 is equal to 2c, therefore c is equal to 5. Now, we're going to do the same thing again, but we're going to substitute x equals minus 1 into our equation. So on the left-hand side, that gives us 6 multiplied by minus 1 squared plus 7 multiplied by minus 1 minus 3. And just like before, but only this time, where we see an x plus 1, that part of the expression on the right-hand side of our equation will be equal to 0. So here we've got an x plus 1, and here we've got an x plus 1. So the part including the variable b will be the only part that isn't equal to 0. So let's write that down. b multiplied by minus 1 multiplied by minus 1 minus 1, which is minus 2. So let's tidy that up. 6 times minus 1 squared, which is 1, is 6. 7 multiplied by minus 1 is minus 7. Minus 3 is equal to 2b, because minus 1 multiplied by minus 2 is a positive 2. 6 minus 7 minus 3 is minus 4, which is equal to 2b. Therefore, b is minus 2. So we've found the value of c, and we've found the value of b. The only variable we need to find the value of now is a. And we're going to do that by letting x equal 0. So the terms where there is an x by itself will be equal to 0. So the part of the expression on the right-hand side involving a will be the only non-zero part of that expression. So Beginning on the left-hand side again, we've got 6 multiplied by 0 squared plus 7 multiplied by 0 minus 3 is equal to a multiplied by 0 plus 1, which is 1, multiplied by 0 minus 1, which is minus 1. Now, 0 squared is 0, and 7 multiplied by 0 is also 0, so minus 3 is equal to minus a. Therefore, a is equal to 3. So now we know the values of a, b, and c. We can return to the expression we wrote down earlier on, which was a over x plus b over x plus 1 plus c over x minus 1. And substituting in our values for a, b, and c gives us 3 over x. And because b is a negative, I can write this as minus 2 over x plus 1 plus c, which is 5 over x minus 1. And that's the answer to the question. If you found this video useful, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.